Hi, my friends. What's today? How come I never know what friggin' day it is? It's like Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Okay, so I get a lot of requests for lash tutorial, like for my Lashify lashes. So I figured I'll do them with you guys, like live, but I said it's probably going to be a shit show because this is like, if you go on the Lashify website, they have these really great tutorials and they're like, you do it, and they do it perfectly every freaking time. And when I do it, like, it's likely I'm going to poke an eyeball out or something. So anyways, you'll see how really easy it is. Hey, Camille, it's so good to see you. And also, if you're new here, I have a timer in my office, and I set it every 15 minutes to drink my freaking water. So when you hear the timer, you drink your water too. You dehydrated everyone's. Because y'all know you don't drink enough water. 'Tis the season to not know what day or year it is. I didn't even know it was December until yesterday. Can you believe this year? Like, hi, Amanda. Do you guys, I drink these bubblies. These are the bubbly, whatever. So I like carbonated water. I don't like just like plain water. And so I drink these. And my husband likes to call them TV static. He said if TV static had a flavor, it would be bubble water. Oh my God, Jerica. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Camille, let's do it. Oh my God. I would love that. Let's do it, girl. Makeup at Tiffany's. Oh my God, I love that name so much. Makeup at Tiffany's. I love Tiffany's. Okay, Squirrel, let me do, so I took my lashes off. He is wrong. Coffee's gross and bubbles are great. Because I don't drink coffee, because I don't need coffee, because I am baseline, get out of bed caffeinated, okay? Y'all are wild. Drink the bubbles. Okay, so I'm taking this prep stuff. So I removed my lashes last night with the lash remover. I use the Lashify. I'm going to put my discount thing. If you, just text me for my discount link. Or you can go to my link tree and it's like the link in my bio, or are you allowed to say that? I don't know. Anyways, just comment match. I'm going to do makeup after so you can comment match. But if you want the link to my, the discount link for my lashes, just comment lashes. And I think that's already set up to come to you. So somebody type lashes and see if it comes to your DM. And if it doesn't, then let me know and I'll make sure you get it. But, good morning. Get to put, hi, Tiffany. No, straight water is just disgusting. I need the bubbles or I can't. It's the only way I'll stay hydrated. Thank you, Lisa, for checking that. Okay, so I did the remover last night for my lashes. They usually stay on for like 2 weeks, but then after like using eyeshadow and some of the shimmers, and then after a while, thanks, Amanda, thank you for checking that. After a while, they start to get like just the eyeshadow and stuff. They'd stay on longer if I let them, but then I need to take them off. So I use this stuff. These are the Saint microfiber rounds. These are nice to have instead of like the cotton ones. The little cotton rounds are great. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like for nail polish remover or whatever. These are okay, but the little fuzzies always get everywhere. So I like having the Saint microfiber cloths. So if you want a link to these, just text me and be like, hey, what's the link to the cloth? Or it's under skincare. But anyway, so this is after I removed them last night, today, before I do my lashes, I use this pre-cleanse. So this is to prep. So this will take off any of like the excess oil. So without being like super like stripping. And so I'm going to show you how I do my lashes. So whenever you do the pre-cleanse, like I did moisturizer and everything this morning. So this will just kind of get rid of everything from your lashes. And then this is my control kit. If you use like, for instance, my discount link and you get a control kit, it'll have like a mirror with a light around it. And then you'll get like, it'll have a couple places for your lashes, but get the bigger one because I mean, if you want to, I like having, more options for lashes. So I'm going to show you how to do these, and then like the real people way, not the way on the website where it's like perfect and everybody is like, oh, that looks really easy, but it's really not. I'm going to show you what a shit show it can be. But it's not hard. It's just sometimes funny that like you poke your eye and stuff. Okay, so this is how I start. So I do the prep with the prep stuff. I don't know what's in it. This is what just do what I do. Don't worry about it. Just do what I say to do. Okay, this is the Whisper Light. So when I start my lashes, I take this black stuff that looks like mascara. It's like a bond, right? And I put this from root to tip, just like mascara. You don't need a whole lot. And this will give you like a tackiness that's kind of like, I compare it to bug legs because I'm a boy mom. So I try to compare things that are gross because that's how I get my son to like remember stuff. Anyways, so it's like the tackiness of like bug legs where it's not like super glue. It ain't concrete, but like it's just enough so that your lash can just like hold on to it. Kind of like a fuzzball on your sweatpants. Like it's not glued on there, but it just kind of clings a little bit. That's kind of what this makes the gossamers or the lashes. That's what it makes them do, is just kind of cling to it underneath. So I'm just doing this mascara looking bond stuff from root to tip. Nothing crazy. And I just coat all my lashes. See, like that. So, okay, so there's the mascara looking stuff. Then I use this little snot sucker thing, right? You can get one from Lashify or just use the one from Walgreens that's green, you know, the bulb. And I just kind of let that dry a little bit, let it get a little bit tacky. The glue doesn't dry super fast, so you don't have to rush. Like you can kind of take your time, chillax, whatever. If it did, I would never be able to do this live because I could talk the skin off an apple. It's wild. My lashes have never been damaged from it. My lashes, they don't fall out or nothing. So, but I'm really careful with them too. And then they're reusable too. So once you take the lashes off, you can just like clean them and reuse them several times. The quality of them is really good. I've tried other lashes and when I tried to clean them, they just kind of fall apart a little more quickly. So due diligence, I tried every single brand, which I usually do. Like when someone's like, hey, will you try this product and, you know, rep it or whatever. So if you ever see me saying like, hey, buy this product that this company that I'm affiliated with or whatever, it's because I tried them and 100 other brands. Like my self tanner that I use, Pasty Girl. if you want the link for my Pasty Girl, the self tanner, just comment the word pasty, Pasty. But anyways, she reached out and she's like, do you want to rep this? And I'm like, no. Not really. And then she ended up, she's like, I'll send you a bottle. And I'm like, all right. So I tried it. And then I went to Ulta and bought like every single brand. And over the next couple days, I tried like pretty much all of them. I literally have the receipt from Ulta showing that I bought every single brand of Ulta, of tanner. And hers was, I was like, this is actually really good. And it doesn't have any like smell and it's not orange. It's like a violet base and it's really, really nice. It lasts a while. It doesn't streak. It's really pretty. Okay, so this side of the Whisper Light is I call it Elmer's glue looking stuff because it looks like Elmer's glue. And I take this kind of at the base and then just kind of like dust it up a little bit. If you get it in your eyeball, like don't try to get it in your eyeball, but if you get it in your eyeball, like it's fine. Your eye's not going to fall out. You know, like it's fine. I get it in my eyes all the time. I mean, probably don't, but you know what I mean? That's the stuff they won't show you on the website. Follow me for more recipes. Like, I'll do it real people style. On the website, it's great. They make it look perfect, and like good for them. But this is like for the real girl who's like, wait a minute, is this really how it looks? I'm gonna show you how it really looks when you do these lashes. And I do these like once a week or once every 2 weeks. So I do these all the time. So like if I move a little fast, it's just because I've been doing it for a while, but you'll really get the hang of it. So this white stuff kind of goes like by the waterline where you're going to put the spine of the lash. Okay. So the mascara looking stuff first, and then the white stuff that looks like Elmer's glue. Okay. Sorry, eating breakfast. Okay. So now this is when you choose like your lash map. For me, I was using like the size 15s and 16s, and then I went a little bit longer and I was like, oh, that doesn't look so, like I thought I would look like drag queen, and it wasn't so bad. So kind of don't be afraid to go bold with these, but if you want something just really, really little and natural, you can do that too. So I start with the size 18, and I start with, my preferred style is EE, which is extra extreme. So when you're on the website, when you're buying your Lashify, When you buy the control kit, which is what my discount code is for, it'll ask you for if you want A, B, or C, amplify, bold, or curl. They're all really pretty, but I would also I would maybe try those and then see if you want to try other styles. Mine is EE, Extra Extreme. It's the fullest one, and I like a full looking lash. I don't want it to look natural. Like some people are like, I want it to look like I'm not wearing lashes. Like I want it to look like I'm wearing lashes. Do you know what I mean? But they're really not that bad. I don't wear contacts, but a lot of people ask me about that, and there's a Lashify group on Facebook, and I've asked in there for like some questions that a couple of my followers have had, and I asked about the contact thing, and a lot of those girls said that they use it just fine. So if you're a contact wearer, from what the other girls have said in the Lashify group that wear contacts, they said it's fine, but I don't have any personal experience with it. Okay, so you just pull the little thingy out of the thingy, and use your mashers, your grabbers, and you kind of hold it like this. So I take it by the tip, and whenever you apply these underneath your lashes, it's almost like you're feeding soup to underneath your lash line. That's how I've heard it described. The one thing you don't want to do is put it on the waterline, because then you'll feel it. But if it's not on the, you want to pull it away from the waterline just enough so you can see the root. And another tip that I have is don't go all the way to the corner. I mean, unless you want to, but when I bring it all the way to the corner without leaving like a lash or two out, it looks really droopy. So I bring it in a little bit. So I'll leave out like those lashes, and I just come right here and just see how it just like barely clings to it. It's not concrete. Like it's not super crazy. Once I do my lashes and put them all on, I'll check to see if I like it. And if there's anything I don't like, I can take it off and put it back. The stuff doesn't dry for like 30 or 40 minutes. Like you don't have to worry about it. So I put that right there. I really should be using a mirror. Hold on. Not my phone. Stand by. I'm going to use a mirror. Ah. What I like, it's hard to look down while you're doing a video because I want to show you guys, but if you look down into a mirror like this, it's probably even better, and you just find where you want to place it and then just put it there. This is hard to do because I'm trying to show you guys at the same time. Hold on. I'll show you after I put it on. I hope you guys are doing good today. There we go. Okay. See how it just kind of holds on to it? And I'm sorry if you have like a trigger warning if you have like eye grossness, whatever. Anyways, see how it's like clinging underneath? It's not touching my waterline. I put it against the waterline and pulled it out just enough. If it's touching your waterline, then whenever everything dries, you're going to feel it, and it's going to be so uncomfortable. So as long as it's not touching your waterline, you won't feel it, and they're not super heavy or anything. So my lash map is EE, Extra Extreme. 18 is the length. So I start with 18, 18, and then I go down to 17, 16. So you just take this little bad boy here and pull it out. And then I put these side by side by side. So all the spines are like touching each other kind of. That's how I do it. And then you can they just kind of cling. And then later, once everything is where I want it, then I'll mash them together, like fuse it to the lashes. But for right now, I'm just placing them, and then I'm going to make sure that everything's straight. So I did 18, 18. So those are the 18s. Now I'm going to move to the 17s. So it kind of goes longest to shortest. Some people do the longest in the middle and the shortest on either corner. You can do the same length all the way across, like whatever you want. Like I'm not your mama, do what you want, right? So this is the 17. And I'm just going to put her right next to it. And it's still EE, so it's the same style. And then, see what I mean? This is why I don't recommend this is why I recommend watching real people do this stuff. See what I mean? I just poke my eyeball. There we go. Okay, so just place it. 18, 18, 17, and then I'm going to do 16. So whenever you're placing them, We're just getting them to cling underneath the lash. Like so. Okay, so right now they're just kind of clinging on, like very lightly, like a fuzzball on your sweatpants. There's nothing really holding it there. Like the bond is there, but eventually I'll mash those. But they're like right next to each other, and then I'll mash them later. I do them about once every 2 weeks. So it depends on, like, if I use a lot of glitter, then I'll probably have to, like, glitter eyeshadow, then I'll probably change them sooner. But usually I use shimmer every day, and it's fine. They last about 2 weeks. So you should get really good wear out of them. But I also don't, like, when I'm in the shower, I don't let the water, like, run down on my lashes, which they can. But I feel like they last longer because then the water makes them heavy. And so I recommend, like, not doing that. But it's, like, I'm not your mama. Like, you decide what you want. But I'm just saying probably don't. And then, like, if you sweat, it's fine. But there's, like, a waterproof sealer that you can use after. Okay, so now those are on there. So you can see nice and pretty, really big lashes, and then no lashes. And then I just do the same thing on the other side. My eyes are 2 different sizes, which most people are. So don't be weirded out if, like, one comes in a little bit more. But I still use the same exact ones on both eyes, and you can't tell a difference. So try not to be like, oh no, this one comes in more. You can't really tell. Everybody's face is asymmetrical, so try not to, like, overthink it. It's easier with my right hand because it's easier on my left eye because I'm right-handed. So when I use makeup remover, what I do is at the end of the day, when I take my makeup off, I use the Peach and Lily Ginger Melt and pump it into my hand, like dry hands, and I just all over my face, right? And then I do a little bit right here. And then I use warm water with my makeup eraser and then cleanse it all off, right? That's the makeup remover. And it's really gentle and I really like it. And then I do my cleanser, and I do cleanser, same thing. I put it on in my hands, lather, cleanse, whatever. Then I go in with a Q-tip and some micellar water, and they have the black Q-tips so that it doesn't leave the white fuzz balls. And they're not, like, they're the charcoal Q-tips, so it doesn't have all the fuzzy sticking out. And then I just go along my lash line and clean up any eyeshadow and any debris, any mascara, eyeliner, and this comes off really easy. And the micellar water doesn't affect the adhesive, so I'm able to clean my eyes really, really well without getting any like cleanser or oiliness or anything on my lashes. So I take really good care of them, and if you do, you'll get long-lasting results too. Like, and then after you take them off, you can still reuse them. Like, once they come off, you just take, like, tweezers, like you take your mashers and you hold them, and you just take your Q-tip with the makeup remover or the remover stuff that Lashify has, and just, like, and it'll take off all the junk, and then you can, like, put them in alcohol, which that'll kind of dry them out, so don't leave them in there too long, but you can, like, do whatever kind of cleanser or whatever you want. Okay, so 18. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. See how they just kind of cling? And they look like a little droopy right now, but whenever you cling them, whenever you mash them together and fuse them, they just kind of, like, stand up, and it's really pretty. That's kind of what I want my boobs to do. Like, when I lost a bunch of weight, and and I had a baby, but, like, they're not super bad, but I want my boobs to, like, look back at me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want my lashes to do when I'm done with them. Don't judge me. If you laughed at that, you're my people. If you were like, ew, well, I don't know what type. Okay. So that's 18, 18, 17. And then I'll do 16. So that's my lash map. So your lash map is the size and style and placement of your lashes. And, like, you can really try different, like, I tried different styles. I tried the plushies. They even have colorful ones too that are really fun if you're someone who likes bold colors. But I've tried them all, and I always just want the extra extreme. They're my favorite volume. They're my favorite everything. So if you're someone who likes the volume of these, don't be afraid to, like, explore with them, because I just think they're really pretty. So once I have the placement where I want it, right? So I have them right where I want them. And now what I'm going to do is fuse them. So whenever if there's anything that's like crooked or you don't like it there, you want a different size or style there, all you have to do is pull it off and then put it back on. The glue still isn't dry. It's still really, really tacky. So you have time. So you don't have to rush this. So even if you're new and you're like, I don't know, like you don't have to rush it. So just comment lashes and it'll send you my discount link, and then you can get your control kit or whatever. Okay, so now I'm using my masher and I'm going to go along the spines and squeeze them. These mashers are designed to like, is it typically 4 lashes per eye? I usually do 4 on each eye, but if you have bigger eyes, you might need more. If you have smaller eyes, you might need less. So it just depends on, and some people just do it on the outer corner. Like they'll just do 1 or 2 on the outside and then their lashes are great. So they just, whatever. So it just depends on your preference. But I always do 4 because that's like the size of my eyeballs, I guess. Okay. So this masher was intended to like fit over your nose to like mash them. That's not a thing for me. I just use the back end of it like this. Either way, just, I don't know, use a paper clip. I don't care. Just mash, take your grabbers and you just like mash them. Jerica, if you try not the extra extreme, but the regular extreme. I think they're really pretty and they're really natural looking. They're not super crazy at all. But I'm just someone who like, I'm like, if I'm going to do lashes, I don't want them to look exactly like mine. Like I want to like go big or go home. But if you want something smaller, you go on the website and you can they'll show different women wearing the different styles and you can kind of see like, you know, what you might like. A lot of people are like, well, I just want like 10 millimeter. And then they're like shorter than your lashes. So like, don't be afraid to try longer lashes and, you know, like see what you think. Like the worst thing that happens is like you don't like it and then try a different one. So I'm just going along the spines and just like kind of fuse them. Amplify Plus. Oh, I didn't know there was an Amplify Plus. That's cool. And just so you know, they came out with the squared. Like I tried like EE squared, like extra extreme squared. I didn't like those so much. The squared ones are more straight. They're not as curved up. And so that's why I didn't care for those. I like the ones that are curled a little bit more. So the squared ones or the EE squared, it just means they're a little bit more straight. In case you wanted to know. And when I wear the squared ones, I notice that they're too long and they hit my glasses. But when they're curled like this, they don't. See how I'm just like squeezing them together? And then I'll go up here and just do a little mashy mash. See how the adhesive is still like adhesiving and it kind of sticks to your masher? It's okay. So we're just basically like fusing all of those together. I got the makeup and when I, oh my God, yay! I'm so glad you love your makeup. It makes me so happy. Isn't it so good? I'm telling you, you'll have like the biggest boost of confidence. Like you're like, dang, this feels. One time I did a video where my 10-year-old son put my makeup on. I was like, okay, put that dark color here. And I was like kind of playing around, like teaching him where, and he, you know, he's a boy, so whatever. I thought it was cute. And it looked like a dumpster fire. But then whenever I blended it all in, it was seamless. It was perfect. The makeup is amazing. Adhesiving. No, I don't mash the skin. I just kind of grab where the spines are. So like right there and right there. I'm not getting the skin at all. I'm just kind of squeezing the spines to my actual lashes. And see how they kind of stand up a little bit? So these are kind of like chilling. They're just like hanging on. These ones are like, woo! So that's why we do the fusing, and then it just kind of sticks a little better. So same thing over here. They're exactly where I want them. So I'm just going to mash, mash, mash. This is the stuff they won't show you on the website. Like they have great application videos on the website because like, duh, they want to show you how to use them. And they have like if you request a one-on-one with Lashify, they'll do it for you. Like they will do a one-on-one lash tutorial with you. Which is really great too. I like Lashify a lot, and I like the founder. She's really cool. she's always live too. So if you follow Lashify on Instagram, you can see her doing hers. And I don't know. She just won a bazillion-dollar lawsuit too. Good for her. She deserved it. People trying to copy her ideas. And she's like, no ma'am, no ma'am. That's my idea, sister. She's won like $36 million from them. Okay. So I just mashed everything together, and then they just kind of chill out there. And that's where they're going to sit forever and ever. Amen. So after like 30 minutes or so, that's when you come in with like the, you can use the glass. The stuff is called crystal glass, which it sounds like drugs, but it's not. Anyways, you can apply that, and what it'll do is it'll remove excess stickiness and kind of create like a, see how it's still a little tacky? It'll kind of create like a hairspray a little bit, like a, kind of like hairspray. It just like holds them in place, or like it, not that they're going to go anywhere, but like a coating. Anyways, it's called crystal glass, and it's 2-3 different colors of makeup and blush, and there's Saint is, yes, Kathy, it's true. Saint, if you guys aren't using Saint makeup, and it's Saint is a cream makeup, but it still works with your lashes. Like everybody thinks, and I thought so too when I was like, Saint is cream, and I was like, cream makeup is gross. It's actually really good for your skin. There's only 11 ingredients, and it has beeswax in it. Beeswax is really good for your skin. It doesn't clog your pores, and I've never had an issue with like my lashes. Anyways, this is the crystal glass stuff, and this is the stuff that's gonna provide a little bit of waterproofing. But if you want the legit waterproof, there's a thing called waterproof. Do I have it still? I have a whole lash setup over here. Don't judge me. Let's see what I got her. Ah! Oh! Hold on. London bridges are falling. This is and there's a lash remover that you can like wipe on, or just use like a cloth and use this stuff. This is the Bondage with Charcoal Flex. Maybe I don't have any of the waterproof stuff, but I know there's a Night Bond Sealer Crystal. There is a waterproofer. I don't know where it is, but anyways, there's a waterproofer stuff. I have acne prone skin, and when I put it on, it didn't feel heavy and oily like most, and it looks so damn good. That's great to hear. And if you have acne prone skin, the beeswax in the Saint makeup, beeswax is known to like not clog pores. And myself and a zillion of my customers reported that like their acne went away because the healing properties in the beeswax, and there's not like alcohol in it and stuff like that. So that's going to create, unnecessary oil. Kathy, you talk about whatever you want. We're here for it. We're here for it. I think my timer didn't go off, but y'all drink your water. I was saying at the beginning, I have a timer in my office that's supposed to go off every 15 minutes. Oh, it's on silent. That's why. It probably did go off, and then it was on silent. Anyways, I set it for every 15 minutes, and then when it goes off, I drink my water and reset it. So, like, if you're not drinking your water, drink your damn water, because y'all know y'all ain't hydrated as hell. Y'all know y'all are dry as the Sahara Desert. Drink your water, drink your protein. Okay, so now I did so this is no, thank you. I'm so glad you trusted me. I love when you guys trust me, like I love that when you trust me. Catherine, are you on here? Say hi if you're on here, because I have to show you I have to show you. This is so this is the crystal glass. Right? And you can do it like a mascara, like this, or you can do it along here. Catherine, if you're on here, please say hi. I have to show you guys. So, she's here! You guys, okay, so Trively Art, her name is Catherine, and I bought some art from her. She does like 3D mixed media. I have to show you. I did a video. I just was waiting for the other stuff before I put it all together and did a whole video, but I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek. Look, this is the art that she creates. See, it's like Barbie shoes, and then she pours like the stuff on top of it. And it's like, this is my Barbie cave. And then the Barbie accessories. Tell me that is not so freaking cute. And then I ordered a couple more, and they're still coming. So I have a whole video that I'm doing on them. But isn't that so cool? and she like gets the pieces from like, I don't know, freaking wherever. And then oh my God. And then it's like it's the Barbie cave and it's perfect. So, I bought a couple pieces from her and I'm so excited. So go to, Trively Art and, oh, you guys, the cutest stuff. And then she has the Air Jordans and oh my God, you have to go see her stuff. It's really cool. Catherine, I'm so excited to get the rest of those. This is the Barbie cave, you guys. Look, this is my Barbie cave. So this is my vanity here, right? Hi. And then over there is my podcast. So that's where I do like podcast. And then I have like all my Barbie stuff and then my Barbie Christmas tree. And then I have all my stuff that I need for like makeuping and stuff. And that's my office. Pretty cool, right? I got that neon sign too. Hold on, I'm gonna turn it on. So my business is Freedom in Beauty, which is like, hold on, let me show you. So how cute is that? And I have stockings for me and my assistant. So that's my Freedom in Beauty neon, which is really, really cool, right? I love it so much. Anyway, so when I signed up for the Saint makeup, like I saw it online and I was like, that's really stupid. No one does their makeup like that, whatever. And then I was like, I gotta try this stupid makeup. And then I loved it. But whenever you sign up, it makes you create like a business name, like what's your website, your replicated website or whatever. I was like, I don't know. And I was like, I was trying to think of a name that's like something with beauty. And I was like, well, Freedom Barbie. I was already had like the Freedom Barbie idea because my birthday is July 4th. And so I was like, Freedom Barbie, and she's like a cool, like all-American blonde. She can do anything the boys can do, like, because my college professor told me I'd never make it as a PI because I was a girl and that was a man's industry. And I was like, Barbie's been doing man stuff since like 1959, so like whatever. And so I was like, Freedom Barbie. And so anyways, it said, what do you want your business name to be? And I was like, well, Freedom in Beauty. Like there's Freedom, 4th of July, and then in Beauty. And so Freedom in Beauty for me is like, whenever and I was the ugly fat girl for like 40 years, like I'm 40. So for 38 years, I was the ugly fat girl. Everybody told me and everybody made sure I knew that I was the ugly fat girl. And so what I realized was that like I was following along with what people told me beauty should be. People told me beauty should be skinny. People told me beauty should be this kind of makeup and highlight and contour and use this and whatever. That's what all the influencers were telling us is this is what beauty is supposed to be. This is what beauty is supposed to look like. And then you would go by like next month's magazine, like Cosmo magazine, or you would scroll to the next page and they'd be like, oh, that trend is gone. Now this is beautiful. And so we're always being fed what is beautiful to us, like what should be pretty, right? Like what should be beautiful. And it's like, nah, girl, like we're doing free, like we are free to decide what is beautiful. Like we're not following some like trends. You know what I mean? Like we are deciding what's beautiful for ourselves. And so it's like Freedom in Beauty, Freedom Barbie. And that's how all of that came about. So that's how the Freedom in Beauty thing happened. And so I just think it's really cool that it's like, and now I have Freedom in Beauty LLC, and that's what I run everything out of. So all of my expenses, like everything, it's Freedom in Beauty LLC. Like it's a legit business now, and it's really cool. So any of my like makeup jobs and everything, it all goes through my business, and it's Freedom in Beauty. So I think that's kind of a fun story. If you're new here, that's kind of how Freedom in Beauty, it's kind of where Freedom Barbie came from. So it's kind of a fun like coming of age, like I hate to say like ugly duckling into beautiful swan, because I don't think it's like that. Like that doesn't resonate with me. But like just knowing that like where I came from and everybody like made fun of me for being fat and ugly and told me what beauty should be. And now I get to be someone who says like, I told the Lord, I said, I don't know why he gave me this platform, but I'm gonna use it. But anyways, like I get to be someone who says, no, freedom or beauty isn't what somebody says it is. Freedom is or beauty is what you say it is, because you have the freedom to decide that. So I don't know. We're inspiring each other over here all willy-nilly. Like Barbie. She's a freaking badass, you guys. She was doing all the boys' jobs before anybody. Barbara Bergstrom. Barbara knows because she's a Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. And I got the Barbie Stanleys too. Okay, so I'm gonna do my makeup with the Saint, my Saint makeup. If you type the word lashes, you can get a discount link for my lashes. The control kit will come with the glue. Am I stupid? Is this the waterproof? No, it's the Night Bond Sealer. I'm dying, excuse me. Anyway, so yeah, if you type lashes, you can get the discount link for the control kit. I recommend trying them. I like how I can kind of feel like pretty, kind of like I have mascara on when my makeup's not done, and it's really, really nice. So get the Lashify. And a lot of people will say like, oh, Lashify is so expensive. Here's why they're not. So I tried every brand of lashes. Even the girl who does my self tanner, the self tanner that I'm affiliated with, she has lashes too. I haven't tried them yet. I really should. But everybody has lashes, right? And I've tried literally all of them. Lashify are the first ones that I tried that you could use multiple times without them falling apart. You can clean them, whatever. They don't come apart when they're on your lashes. They don't pull your lashes off, and the accessories are really good. Like the melt away, they have the oil pads, they have the prep stuff. So it's not only are you doing your lashes, but there's stuff to help you care for them also, which I think is really important and responsible. So anyways, love the Lashify, and they're only like $25 for like the Gossamer or whatever. So one of these is 25 or $20 if you're, you like subscribe, or I don't remember. But $25, and this will get you, so this is probably, if you do like all one thing, then this will get you like 4 or 2, like one side of this will get you 2 eyeballs. So you could do like one side, but then you can always wash them. So, and then if you use the different sizes and styles, it's really, they're not expensive considering how many times you can use them. And the other ones come with less lashes on them, and you can't use them as often without them falling off, without them falling apart when you clean them. So they're cheaper, if you buy like one set versus one set, but in the end, you get more out of your Lashify. That's just I don't math, but that's just my personal take on it. I don't know. I mean, they're okay. And they have the highest amount of styles. Like, they have more styles than any of the other ones. So, recommend the Lashify, and just text me or comment lashes or whatever, and I'll send you my link. Okay, so there's my lashes, and I'm going to do some makeup. I start my makeup with, a lot of people ask, do I use a primer? I use the Elastin SPF as a primer. So I turned 40 this year, and a couple years ago, if you go back in my videos on social media, 3 years ago when I started with Saint and I really started showing up on social, my skin was trash. I was always broken out. My skin tone was awful, and I decided I didn't want that anymore. So I started using SPF, which I didn't use for the whole 38 first years of my life. But now that I'm 40, I use it all the time. There's no more tan Jesus. I'll use self tanner and just stay out of the sun. You know what I mean? Or if I'm in the sun, now I wear a hat and I put on SPF and I use it under my makeup. So if you're not using SPF every day, do it. Even if you don't go outside, because a lot of people don't know that the UV rays come in through your windows also. So when you're driving, when you're in your home, you're still getting those UV rays. So use an SPF. I don't care if it's just copper to whatever. Just use an SPF. There's a rogue hair and it's driving me nuts. Okay, so I use the Elastin SPF. This is SPF 36. Hey, Amy, it's so good to see you. This is SPF 36, and it's a little bit tinty and a little bit glowy, but really light. So also, if you want to use this instead of a foundation, you totally can. But I like how it evens the skin tone and gives you a little bit of a glow and SPF coverage before you even put on your makeup. And it's really pretty. And this is from Elastin. Elastin's a really good skincare line, and definitely not drugstore prices, but worth it. This is one of those things that it ain't cheap, but it's worth it. And there's a couple of those things. Regular primers and setting sprays, I would say drugstore brand is probably okay. I can tell the difference in some of them just because I have a trained eye. I just know makeup really well, and I'm a makeup artist, so I can tell the difference in them on my clients and on myself. But really, I think at least a drugstore brand, like you don't have to break the bank, but this stuff is really good. This is the Elastin. So if you want the link to it, just let me know. Okay, so in the morning, I cleanse my face. Saint has a cleanser. I don't use it. I don't care for it. It was a little too gentle for me, but a lot of my customers use it. If you go on Facebook, on my beauty group, it's called Freedom in Beauty, VIP. You can ask there, and I have like 14,000 customers. Like they'll tell you what they like and what they don't. I don't use the Saint cleanser, but it's milk-based, so anti-aging, naturally exfoliating, it reduces pores, luminosity, all that stuff. So I've heard it's really great. I just don't care for it. I use the Benefit Pore Clearing Cleanser, and it's been my favorite so far. If I have even a hint of a pimple, besides my period, those are violent. Those wake up ready to fight. Like those pimples are bad. But if I even have a hint of a pimple and I use that cleanser, like you can tell if I miss one day with my cleanser and my skin's like, girl, what did you do here? So use that, or at least use the Saint Refresh wipes, and it'll like make sure your skin is clean. Anyways, so that's my favorite cleanser. And then after I do my cleanser, I do my moisturizers. So I'm working with my esthetician right now to kind of eliminate some of the dark spots. So whatever your skincare is, just make sure it includes hydration. So when I'm talking about primer, Saint actually just came out with a primer spray a couple months ago, the Plush Prep Mist. If you use this is great for hydration. So no matter your age, no matter what you're doing, you have to hydrate, and that's going to give your skin like the best glow and the best, what do you call it? Fullness, like the best, like whatever. Anyways, it has hyaluronic acid and coconut water. So hyaluronic acid is basically, it just keeps the hydration in. Yeah, it's really good. So if you want to do your SPF and then do this on top, you can, whatever. I usually don't. Plumpness. Thank you. It makes it look nice and plump. If you have mature skin, so the older we get, right, the more our skin starts to lose moisture. So we want to replenish that. So using things like a primer, number one, it'll help your makeup be a little bit more bulletproof. It won't move it as much. And when using a spray primer instead of like a cream, or like a, you know what I mean? Like a cream primer, it gives you more of like a fine mist instead of like a putty, I guess. Excuse me. So that's why I prefer a spray primer, but like, I'm not your mama, do what you want, but this stuff is actually really, really good. I know I feel bad because like I'm a bad salesperson. Like I sell the brand, so I feel like I have to say everything's good, but believe me, I won't. If it's garbage, I'll tell you it's garbage. Okay, so I just did my SPF as primer. Oh, cleanse, hydrate. So use your serums. Like I use the Drunk Elephant, vitamin B, vitamin C, and then hyaluronic acid. And then I do my my creams. So the serum will kind of like penetrate the skin and get you nice and like hydrated. And then the cream will kind of just help. Gel primer is what I use. Oh, cool. What kind of gel primer do you use? And how does it, like, is it clear? The Elf Green primer. A lot of people love the Elf Green primer, and I've heard really great things about it, but your skin will tell you like what works and what doesn't. So don't listen to just like, see what I mean? That's the timer. That means drink your water. That's how we're staying hydrated. You gotta drink now. Okay. I'm a great salesperson. I'll tell you, if it's junk, I promise you I will tell you. Like, I'm a private investigator of almost 20 years. Like, I hate gimmicks. I hate when they're like, do this and it'll make you look like this and it'll get rid of your wrinkles. And I'm like, there ain't nothing getting rid of your wrinkles except for a scalpel and some Jesus. Like, you can't throw makeup on that. Like, we're not putting lipstick on a pig. Like, let's be real here. You know what I mean? Like, let's call a spade a spade. I feel like my makeup looks better with primer, but I don't like the stickiness of my primer. Hope, if the primer is intended to be a little tacky, but if it's too tacky, you might just need less or just like a different kind. It's a clear primer and only under eye and around mouth for lines and wrinkles. Okay. Does it fill in that area? Like, does it fill in lines there, or does it just kind of like create a nice base so that your makeup doesn't like settle or whatever? I got a cup for you. It's Barbie pink and a spill and leak proof. Amy, I'm going to need you to message me. I'm going to need you to text me because I want that. I got all the Barbie. My husband bought me every single Barbie Stanley. The limited edition Barbie Stanley. This one's Rocker Barbie because duh, obviously. And I finally took them out of the boxes. I forgot that I had them and they were in my pantry. And so anyways, and makes it smooth. What kind is it? Because I want to, are you in my beauty group on Facebook? It's Freedom in Beauty, VIP. Type in the VIP. That's the one. If you don't type in VIP, it pulls up my business page. I don't know how to work that one. I don't know. But the beauty group is Freedom in Beauty, VIP. And a lot of people are always asking like, hey, what primers do you guys like? So it would be great to have recommendations from you guys. Okay. Someone said they want to see the detail brush. I'm going to show you. So these different brushes. Okay, well, if you think about it, just let me know. Because a lot of the girls in my beauty group they just want to try, different products that work for them. And I just don't think there's a one size fits all. Like I can be like, try the Saint, but it's not going to work for everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't feel like that's fair to sell a product and be like, this will work for everybody. I mean, the makeup is great, like for every age, every skin tone, whatever, but it's, just preference. Okay, so actually, I'm going to do this one. I always use that big ass palette, but I kind of want to show you guys a smaller one because I feel like it might be less intimidating. Yeah, so e.l.f. has two. They have the green one and the pink one. One's regular and one's the hydrating one, right? I know. I love everything they did Barbie. Did you see my office a minute ago? I was showing my office is Barbie everything. I just love Barbie. She's such a badass, right? She showed them boys she could do everything. I love how classic she is. Okay, so let's do makeup. I'm going to use the detail brush. Every single one of Saint's brushes is double-ended. We're supposed to. Well, you don't have to use primer. If you put your makeup on and you just don't like the way it sits, then try a primer. Like your skin will tell you what it likes and what it doesn't. You just have to like pay attention to and just try different things. But I always recommend whenever you're changing something to see if it works, change one thing at a time. And see, kind of like when my dog had allergies, we couldn't change up a bunch of things. We had to change one thing at a time until we saw what was like really affecting her. So try one thing. This is I was showing my office before. This is my Barbie office. Hold on. I got to turn on the, this is so cool. So I was showing, I found a company called Trively Art and she did these really cute pieces for me. Well, she does. I mean, not for me. Like I ordered them, but like she got the little Barbie shoes. Anyways, this is my Barbie office, and I have I painted that, by the way. She was a paint by numbers. Isn't that really cool? I love her. Anyways, this is my Barbie office. And then I got the Barbie tree, and this is my Barbie place office. And I'm 4th of July, so my husband got me the Liberty Barbie. And then he was just at a car event. He went to Turkey Rod Run in Daytona and he got me Corvette Barbie. And then my husband says this is me and him. And then I just have I don't know, all the Barbie paraphernalia. The 65th anniversary Barbie. Now I'm just showing you guys all the Barbie stuff. And then Peaches and Cream Barbie from 84 because that's the year I was born. It was actually she was actually 85, but she was originally 84, so it's fine. But anyways, that's my Barbie office. It's really cool, right? Anyways, that's welcome to my office. That's where I come to work every single day. Sorry. My office is cool. People don't get to see my office, so it's really neat when I get to kind of show my office space. It's kind of neat working from home and being able to do everything But then they did you guys see my stories? They're redoing my carpet. So Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. So Hurricane Helene came through and ripped off all the shingles on the front of my house. And then Hurricane Milton took all the shingles off the back, or vice versa, whatever. Anyways, between the two hurricanes, my roof came off. And it rained into my living room in my upstairs. And so they came and did all the damage and the water mitigation and all of that, right? And Yeah, girl, I Barbie everything. And that was like months ago. And so we've been waiting for the insurance company, back and forth, whatever. Well, now some of the carpet got damaged. And because in my upstairs, all the carpet is all one piece, there's no like seams anywhere. They're going to replace the carpet in the whole upstairs of my house, which is like a huge living room, my son's bedroom, 2 other bedrooms, my master bedroom, my closet, whatever. And so they are going to come on a Monday. And their job is to take everything off the shelves, load it into boxes, load it into a storage pod on my driveway. And that's what they're going to spend all day doing. And then take all my furniture and move it down there too. And that means everything has to come off all the shelves. The shelves have to come out. And I'm so anxious about it. So they do that on a Monday. They spend all day moving everything out of my upstairs, like my bedroom furniture, which means I have to empty my drawers and it's going to be a pain in the butt. But anyways, I'm getting all new carpet in the whole upstairs. So everything's coming out. And then they'll, fix the walls and fix everything. And then by Thursday, the carpet should come. And then Friday, we can move everything back in or whatever. So I'm a nervous wreck. My best friend / assistant lives across the street. So I'm going to be in her beauty room doing that, or probably like in my husband's office, which is downstairs in my house. So I might be in there. I don't know. So you'll have a nice little change of scenery for that. Okay, so let's do makeup. If you want a color match for this makeup, just comment match, and then it'll send you like my color match form. Or you can just text me and be like, hey girl, like I just want a color match. This is the detail brush. Every single brush is double-ended, and I'm just gonna show you how I do my makeup. And some people do it this way. Some people get their makeup and they're like, oh, I don't like that. I just kind of wiggle my brush into my contour. It's not super like wet cream. It's just like it's kind of what it looks like on my brush. Yeah, it's a lot, right? I am not looking forward to them taking all my carpet out. It's going to be, I've been working on a PI case, and they told me, they're like, we're going to need you out of town. And I'm like, can it be that week? And so I'm really hoping it is, like, but it's so I can go out of town. I will be a nervous wreck. Okay, this is the detail brush. I'm going to use this to kind of stamp on my contour under my cheekbones, right? So imagine with your contour, you're creating a shelf for your cheeks to sit on, right? So let me turn that off. So you're creating like a shelf. And then I take my contour at my hairline and create like a pretend shadow here. If you have a small forehead or you have bangs, you might could just like skip this part. But I like to take this contour and just create this shape here. I wonder if I could face the window and make it. Hold on. I'm going to move this so that I can get natural light. By the way, when you comment the word match and it sends you my color match form, it'll ask you to upload a selfie. Just try to be like facing a window, not like the sunlight. Make the sunlight somewhere else, but like a window that doesn't directly face the sunlight. Hold on. I want to get natural light. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so contour kind of creates like this frame around our face, right? And it looks super dark and super scary. I promise it's not. And so this is kind of what it looks like when you first put it on, right? Whenever you blend it, you just kind of press it into your skin. You can blend as you go, or you can put on all the colors and then blend them, do whatever you want. This makeup is a lot easier than it looks. And especially after you try it once, you'll be like, oh, okay, I get it. And it's just not as crazy or as difficult as you think it is. And there's no like putting in the colors and then just like start swirling. You just kind of press it. And that it just makes it so easy. I do a little bit of contour under my lip just to kind of give like that pouty lip kind of look. And then for contour on the nose, if you see this white line down the middle of my nose, my light source is shining directly on my face, and it is brightening the most prominent areas. So the areas that stick out the most, that come forward the most, that's where the brightening is. So you can see right here, the light is hitting, it's brighter here. Like you can see where it's showing the brightness, and then versus the contour, this looks even brighter. So when you contour your nose, I like to take the detail brush and kind of get just a little bit on the edge there and hug that white line and make that white line really skinny. This is what I love about the detail brush, is that it just kind of gives that really nice detail. So just hug that line really lightly, nothing crazy. See how I made that white line really skinny? That's all we're doing with the nose contour. It's really easy. Like, I think everybody kind of overthinks the nose contour. Where do I put it? And then they put it really wide or really whatever. And you don't even have to have a really big nose. Like, my nose isn't huge. Like, I'm not trying to make it smaller. I just like that it adds structure to the face and kind of adds a youthfulness and kind of just gives you just a little bit more structure, right? So that's what my contour looks like. All we're doing is creating a white skinny line. So don't worry about the brown. Just make the brown, make a white skinny line. And then right here, the little boop, if you put a little bit of contour underneath right there, that boop will kind of come up a little bit so that your face kind of looks like, you know what I mean? Like, it gives the appearance of a more boop, like a youthful lifted nose. And then depending on the shape of your nose, you can totally change it with contour. So that's stuff that I can kind of help you with. But just a fun little tip, just very, very light, just kind of tapping and hugging those white lines and making it really skinny. So that's contour around the hairline, under the cheekbones, and the detail brush is really great for that. So that's why I really love this brush for creating those contour lines. Everything else, it looks like a dumpster fire, a shit show. It's fine. You'll be fine. Okay, so just comment match, and then I'll tell you what shades to get, and you put them where I tell you to put them. Okay, so contour is the darkest shade on our face. To create dimension, to help us to get that like really pretty youthful look, to create dimension, now we want to create a bright. So the dark versus the bright is what kind of creates that push and pull of light and dark to give you that structure and that dimension. So with the same brush, I'm going to use the smaller end, and I'm going to come into my brightening highlight, which... This is Aura, and it's wintertime, so I could probably use a lighter one now, which I probably should have, but we'll just use this one. Yay! Carmen, it's surprising, right? Because when you look at the shades, you're like, nah, bro, like, that's not going to work out. And then you get them and you put them on, and you're like, oh, she's onto something. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Okay, so the brightening highlight, I just kind of tap, like, right here. So... we're doing, see how it looks a little bit cakey there? All of that's going to blend in. So you never have to be scared of the colors. With cream makeup, it's not like a liquid foundation where it's like if you mess it up and then you wipe off a spot and then it never matches and then whatever. This is all going to blend together. So if you mess up your cream makeup, it's easily fixable, which is why I call it like makeup for dummies. And remember the light source? See how it's making this area bright? I'm just enhancing that. So I'm just making the areas bright that my light source is making bright. So the idea is when you have a light source right in front of you, it creates those really pretty shadows and it creates the angles, right? When we don't have the benefit of the light source, we want our makeup to create those angles and to enhance those features that the light source normally would. And so that's what makes the highlight and contour fun. That's what makes it like worth doing, because it kind of gives you that structure when you don't have the benefit of a light source. That might be where I'm going wrong. If you use amber, and then Athens would be your brightening highlight, but if you are shading down for winter, try Athens, your brightening highlight, as your main shade and see if that makes a difference. But anytime you change shades, all you have to do is text me, or like if you're confused about like what shade and you're like, I don't really know, like this shade isn't looking right. It's probably just because like I usually have multiple different shades in my palette because self tanner and, you know, shading down. So just text me and be like, hey girl, is my makeup looking right? Send me a selfie and I'll help you figure out the shade. Yay, Amy, I'm so glad. You guys, you make me feel like I do such a good job. I'm so happy. Okay, so I take this detail brush and I just kind of squeeze it to make it skinny, and I'm going to enhance that white line. So this is how we're highlighting and contouring. We're not like wearing a mask. We're not changing any features, right? Like we're not changing anything really. We're just enhancing what's already there. My colors look so dark. So this makeup has a different opacity than liquid foundation. When you wear this makeup, like when you put it on, like when you go to Ulta and you take your shade and you're like, yep, that'll work. It's the same shade, right? That's not this. When you blend this, that's going to blend out much more sheer. And so whenever I match you to the shades and you put it on, don't be like, oh, that doesn't look good. Blend it in, and then you'll be like, oh, maybe she does know what she's saying. And then I will never say I told you so out loud. Drink your water. That's the water timer every 15 minutes. Oh, I see what you're saying. So if you use Athens and your next season, so then I matched you to Athens and then Amber to shade up for summer. But now I think on my color match form, I switched it to say if you want to shade down. I'm going to see that on. Yeah, I'll help you troubleshoot. But if you're using Athens and if you're seeing like texture or it seems too light or it looks dry, then you need to shade up. But if it looks too dark, then shade down and I can help. Right? That's funny. I'm telling you, it's a little water timer and it's drink your water. Drink your freaking water. Y'all know y'all ain't hydrated and you're like, my makeup looks like trash because you're not hydrating. Because I know. I learned the hard way. I challenge you, go to my social media and scroll like for a while because I do a lot of videos. But like scroll down like 2 years, you'll be like, her skin was trash. It was wild. Like it was just discolored and... So when you shade up and shade down, Rachel, it basically means like for the summertime, I use like way dark shades because you're much more tan in the summer and you're out in the sun more, you know, more outside activities. When the winter comes, we're a little bit inside more and we're not out in the sun as much. So our skin shades down. We're not as tan. And that kind of naturally happens even when you don't think about it. And so in the winter time, you shade down to a lighter shade. So in the summertime, if I wear shade A for a foundation and shade B for a concealer, then in the wintertime, that shade B concealer shade might actually be my main highlight. And then I use a lighter shade for a concealer. So I can help you figure out like what colors you need. But don't think you just need one foundation and one concealer. Like you can totally switch them up. And some people even like a lot of women have different colors from their neck to their face. So I'm sorry, y'all. I drink bubble water. I get burps and I'm disgusting. I used to belch so loud when I was like in college and my mom was like, Mackenzie, internalize it. And I'm like, why? It's going to cause like internal damage. Anyways, so what was I saying? Oh, so when you have multiple shades and you have different shades on your neck and face, you might use a lighter shade here on your jaw to match your neck and then use a darker shade on the rest of your face. That's what's great about this makeup is that you can do that because all the ingredients are the same. And so they're just melting together and there's no alcohol in it. So even if you do that with a liquid foundation that's the same product and has the same ingredients, the alcohol in liquid foundation is going to evaporate and it, oxidizes on your face. So it kind of changes color a little bit. This makeup doesn't do that. So there's no alcohol. It's not sucking the moisture from your skin. It's not making you look dry. It's not drying out your skin. It's actually hydrating. And because of the beeswax in it, it's actually healing for your skin. So you're doing your skin a favor and you will actually start to look like you're aging backwards, which I hate to say because it sounds so gimmicky, but literally I'll wait. Like go look at my videos from a couple years ago. You'll be like, dang, like her skin looks good because this makeup every single day is hydrating. Even when you take your makeup off, it's hydrating. And then you put on your moisturizer and your hyaluronic acid and your hydration. So your skin's always hydrated. And so you'll notice a big difference. And then set your 15-minute water timer. Oh, yeah. So if you have a smaller face, like a more petite face, you might need a smaller brush. If you have a smaller face, you're probably not going to want like a big brush like this. It'll cover your whole face. And so that's why I like the different options for Saint brushes because they have so many different like if you have a smaller face and you want something fluffy, instead of using this big blush and bronzer brush like this, use something smaller like this. This is the Shape brush. The Shape brush is one of my favorites too because you can really dust your makeup really lightly, or you can use like the powder brush or even the buff brush and press your makeup in for more full coverage. So many different brushes from many different styles. And if you ever have questions about like, hey, what brush should I use for this? Like I want to do a full glam look. I can tell you, like you can text me and I can like, it's me. It's not a robot. I swear. All my fine lines and wrinkles are showing with my makeup is my skin not hydrated. That could be, but if you're using your Saint makeup, if you're using Saint and your lines and wrinkles are showing, the color is probably too light. So when the color is too light and you blend it in, it's going to show like all the fine lines. It's going to show the texture. It's going to show the hairs. When you shade up, you can actually use less and still get the coverage that you need, and it'll blend much more sheer without the orange line. So even if you are like, that's not going to work out, if you just trust me, I'm telling you, I know what I'm doing. And also don't trust strangers on the internet. Yeah, once you get a few brushes, you'll see the difference. But also, if I don't know if I'm your artist. If I'm your artist, you can text me. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but you should be able to text your artist or text me if it's me and just say, hey, my makeup is looking a little textured. What can I do? And I will help you. Like, I'll be like, oh, your color is just too light. Let me get you a darker shade. And that's where my customer service comes in. That's where they pay me the big bucks. Not really, that's just a joke. But they like, that's where I feel like I can really connect with my customers and help you learn your makeup and help you feel more confident in it. And sometimes it's just a matter of like using the right shade. And I can help with that. I'm really, I match over 100 women a day. You guys, like, I know what I'm doing. And you'll start to see also with the brushes that you get at like Ulta, right? So let's say like Real Techniques or It by Ulta, even the Sigma brushes or the like Sephora, whatever brushes you use, much of the time they're too soft. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. Okay. So here's some brushes that aren't Saint, right? And I'm just going to, they're good brushes. Like these are like Tarte brushes and It by Ulta. Here's one. This is one of the Tarte, this is the Tarte Star Collection. Okay. So see how this is like really fluffy? These are really soft, like super, super soft. So if I try to blend with that, it's not really going to work out, right? The, super soft, like these are so bendy, they're silky. The difference is not necessarily the quality, it's the density and the volume of the bristles for the cream makeup. That's what makes them different. So a lot of people are like, well, I have my own brushes. Can I use them? Yeah, try them. But I guarantee you when you try one of the Saint brushes, it'll be a big difference because it's made for this makeup. They're made to be dense enough and full volume enough to be able to blend the makeup without like bending. Like it's not like, you know what I mean? Like it's actually stiff enough to blend the makeup into your skin. So that's why I recommend getting at least one Saint brush. Yes. Okay. So that's a good question. With the texture, if you have like acne scarring and things like that, and it's actually textured on your skin, one thing that a lot of people don't know is you can use darker shades there. So like this color that I'm using here, right? I haven't blended it so you can see the texture on it. If I were to use a much lighter shade and I have texture there, it's going to show even more. So on those areas where it's a little bit more textured, or you see the pop marks, or you see like the acne scars or whatever, you can actually use a darker shade there and to kind of camouflage those a little bit. And that's something that I can help you one-on-one with. So don't hesitate to text me and be like, hey girl, like I've got this acne scar right here. How can I help hide that a little bit? Or if you're like, I see a lot of texture here and I just don't like it, I might say, hey, I matched you with a brightening highlight that's maybe too light for that area. Let's use a darker color there and still get the pop of the dimension without using such a light shade. And that's why this makeup is really great even for like mature skin, especially if you have mature skin. I recommend it because it just it moves with your skin. It doesn't like settle and cake and crease and all of that. And you can see just by lightly feathering with my brush, I'm not mashing it into my skin. I'm just lightly dusting and it's blending my makeup into my skin. So I did my contour with the detail brush. I'm doing this brightening highlight with the same brush, just the other end, and just lightly sweeping, like barely. And see how the bristles in this brush they're still not bending even though I'm pressing really light. Amy, try Aura. This is Aura that I'm using. Aura is a little tiny bit more yellow, but a little bit darker. And so that's Aura. So try Aura instead of Linen and see what you think. I might have an extra one, Amy. I'll look and see if I have an extra one to send you. And then you can try it and let me know what you think. But yeah, never be afraid to shade up or change the shade. And if you have super dark areas here, like dark under eyes or just a lot of texture, you might can skip the concealer and just use like a color corrector instead. Still get the coverage, still get to even the skin tone, which is one thing I love about makeup is to even the skin tone. And not like, it's still, you can still wear your makeup and it still won't show through. Yeah, Amy, if you need color correction in this area and it's like purpley, then the yellow in the Aura will help. Are you using the cream correctors? I don't remember, but I can help with that too. Okay, same brush. This is the brush I just used for my contour, right? I can use this same brush because these are creams, but they're not wet. and I'm just going to tap into my main shade, my main foundation shade. So I've used my contour, brightening highlight, now my main highlight. Amy, don't hesitate to text me, girl. I'll help walk you through it anytime, you know that. And I'm going to apply my main shade kind of everywhere else. So I kind of put my contour and my brightening highlight. So I'm putting my main shade in between there. I'm going to put my main shade, see where that contour ends and the brightening begins? I'm going to tap, tap, tap. And I'm just tapping my main shade where I don't have a contour or a highlight. Y1 and 03. Amy, is this area more blue or purple? If it's purple, try the Y1, and if it's blue, try the 03. Because yellow, Y1 is yellow, that's the opposite of purple, so that'll cancel out purple, and then 03 is orange, that's the opposite of blue, so that'll cancel out blue. Most discoloration is blue, so a lot of times we'll need that 03, but I'll help you, like, her placement. And make sure you have the teeny brush, like the small spot brush. And okay, so Amy, you can't really see it because my makeup covers it pretty well, but I have blue inner corners right here, right? But there's one area that's purple. So when I use the orange corrector, it all cancels out except for one area that it will not touch. And then I have to put the yellow there because it's actually purple. And it's really, really interesting. But once you find out what the color is there, it really doesn't change. So then you just know how to do it in the future. So whether it's blue or purple, we can totally cancel it out. Yeah, okay, so the spot brush is great for the corrector because we're pinpoint correcting. We don't have to slather. Okay, so this is my main shade everywhere else that I didn't put a bright highlight or a contour. So the whole idea is this is one layer of makeup, just like your liquid foundation, but this is not the bucket of satin finish from Lowe's, right? We are just putting all the shades right where they go, okay? And you can see the texture, you can see the different colors. Now I'm going to use my brush to blend it in together, but I'm not going to swirl. Like, I'm just tapping. This brush, this detail brush, is dense, which means it's not fluffy. It's very flat. This is going to give me a little bit more full coverage. If you want a lighter coverage, you want a fluffier brush. So something, and he's on the floor. So something fluffy. That'll give you a lighter coverage. I'm going to use my detail brush that I just used for my contour and my brightening highlight and my main shade. I'm just going to tap everything together. Faith, what shade do you use for your main foundation shade, like your main highlight? A lot of people that have redness, like rosacea, you know how when we were coming up, like they said, if you have redness, use green. And like we always just put green on the red. And have you ever noticed that it looks chalky and it never canceled it? It's because that redness, like what we describe as red, is actually violet and we need yellow. And a lot of these shades, the founder of this makeup, Kara Brooks, she's a makeup artist and she's actually an award-winning like allure beauty blogger. And so she knows her stuff. And a lot of these have like their yellow base, and so they have color correctors in them. So I always recommend using your main shade all over and seeing the coverage. And then if it's a lot of the yellow cancels out that pink without like making it look cakey and piling on makeup. If you use the correctors, which using the cream correctors that's not the, Mackenzie, that's not the cream, stop it. Stand by. If you use the cream correctors, right, on the red areas, there's so little and you would need so much of it that it wouldn't be worth like buying it for a large area like rosacea. That's why I recommend using one of the foundations that has more yellow in it to cancel out that red or what's actually violet. And that's something I can work one-on-one with you on. So don't, like, my phone number is pinned here. Just text me. Or you can just, if you want to get color match for this makeup too, you guys, like if you're new here, just comment the word match. Linen to line my top lip and blend it in top with the highlight and moves core. Yes, Amy, I love that so much. I love using the different colors for different things, and it like really helps to create that highlight and dimension. Okay, so this is how I have my makeup. It's all in one layer. I have my concealer, or when I color match you, it'll say brightening highlight because we're using that to brighten. If you're new here, Scuba Steve. Inside my Scuba Steve goggles, it is bright. Outside of my Scuba Steve goggles, it is dark, okay? So highlight and contour. Highlight inside, contour outside. The main shade goes everywhere else, like in between, kind of filling in the gaps just for the coverage, right? So when I blend this, I'm gonna take my same detail brush, right? And I'm just gonna press everything together. I'm not swiping, and we're not doing this and like swirling. I know your first instinct is going to be to like wipe, but we're not wiping or dragging this across our skin. We're just pressing it in. And the brush will pick up any excess, and I use what's on my brush to kind of go over my lids just to kind of put the residue on there without getting it super heavy. And you just kind of press everything in. So when you get your makeup, your first instinct is going to be to slather and go full on satin finish from Lowe's and paint your face. We're not painting. We are literally like just using the cream, put it where it goes, and blend up to Jesus. See how I'm like, I'm not mashing. I'm just using the stiff, drink your water. Everybody drink your water. That's the water bucket timer. I have to pee so bad. Reset it for 15 minutes. Okay, so whenever you use your brush, the stiffness of the bristles, this is what I was talking about. A softer brush, this is going to be a little too soft to blend in the cream makeup. That's why get one of the Saint brushes. It's the size and density of every bristle. It's the volume of them. It's perfect for this makeup. So they really thought of everything. Okay. So we're just pressing this in. So if you want a makeup that's not cakey and it's great for lines, wrinkles, texture, pores, all the things, and you don't want it to like just look crazy, put all of these colors where they go and just press them in. I'm telling you, you cannot mess it up. And if you do mess it up, it's just because you're new and whatever. But after you get the feel for it, you'll be like, oh, like that's kind. And most of the time, nobody does what I tell them to do because they're like, she can't be right. And then they do it. And then they're like, oh, I guess she was right. And then it's kind of an I told you so moment. But I always say every day, y'all know, I will never say I told you so. I will think it and you will think it. And I will know that you're thinking it. And you'll know that I'll think that you're thinking it. But I'll never say it. But also, I probably told you so. That's why we're friends. Because you guys will like trust me. Okay. So now I'm just pressing in everything right where it sits. I'm not moving anything. I'm not pulling it across my skin, or as I like to say, dragging it across my skin like a dead body, like we're looking for a grave, like we're not committing crimes today. We are just pressing everything in really lightly. Press it in. So what you can see is I have my contour here. I have the brightness here. I have coverage, but look, it is not cakey. It is not weird. It is not like gross, and you can still see my skin. So I was bullied I'm 40 now, and even now I'm still getting bullied. Fucking adults bullying adults. It's fucking ridiculous. What are we, 10? Anyways, so I was like the ugly fat girl, right? I know what it's like to not have confidence, and that makes you like lose confidence in everything, including your makeup. Excuse me. So if you just listen to me, like seriously, get the colors I tell you to get and just trust me. I'm telling you, I will have you finding your confidence again in no time. I feel like as women, we are doing everything like just to like, we are following influencers who are like, try this, and we're doing it, right? That's what I did. And then I saw someone stupid like me putting on this stupid makeup, and I was like, that's stupid. And that's not how you do makeup. That's ridiculous. And then I tried it and I was like, okay, I get it. And then like I have like 30,000 customers. Okay. And that goes to show you like, and that's how many, I get so many people telling me, I feel so beautiful. This has never been easier. Like I'm getting a lot of compliments. When I tell you, I know what I'm doing. You need to trust me, but don't trust strangers on the internet. Except me. It's my favorite joke. Okay. Same thing over here. See, brightening highlight, my main shade, and then my contour. Contour to create the shadow up here. Brightness to look less dead, look alive. And I'm just pressing. See how I'm like picking up my brush and doing little presses? I'm not dragging. We're just pressing. I'm just pressing everything in right where it sits. Just pressing it. This will melt with your skin. The difference between this, I'm taking what's like the residue on my brush and just putting it on my lids just to kind of even the skin tone. The difference between this and the liquid foundation is that the liquid foundation has alcohol in it, which means that when you put it on your face, it can't stay liquid, so eventually it's going to evaporate, right? Once that alcohol evaporates from your makeup with 30 or 40 ingredients it has in it, This one only has 11 ingredients, and they're really good for your skin. They're clean. Anyways, once that alcohol evaporates, now you have dry makeup on your face, right? But if it's dry on your face, what's it going to do? It's going to search for moisture. So it's going to pull the moisture from your skin into the makeup so that the makeup isn't dry. But then once all the moisture is depleted from your skin and all the moisture is depleting from the makeup, what happens? It turns into like a powdery, really dry, and now it's cracking and caking and creasing, and now like your skin is dry, and then at the end of the day, you take off your makeup and your face is dry. And then if you're someone who forgets to drink your water, like a lot of y'all don't drink your water, and then if you don't moisturize or whatever, now you're just losing all your moisture, and now you're looking older, your skin is uneven, you've lost the luminosity. Get the hydration. This makeup has no alcohol in it, so it introduces hydration all day. It moves with your skin. You don't need very much. It's great for oily skin, dry skin, and it won't settle and crease and cake. Okay, so this is my contour. Everybody's scared of the contour, but look, I'm just tapping and lightly like blend up to Jesus. So we're just gently kind of, I'm not dragging, I'm just kind of sweeping, right? Pulling it up. Hey, thanks, my friend. If you comment match, you guys, it'll send you my color match form. Just send that to me, or you can just text me directly too, but do my color match form. And then as soon as you submit your picture, you'll get a text and an email that says, hey, you're beautiful. I'll get right on this for you. Because I set that up. I had to use automations because my business kind of blew up really fast. But, so you'll get a text that says, hey, I'll work on this. And then usually within an hour or two, I try to get my color matches done and keep up with them throughout the day. So once you get your color match, it'll send you another thing that says, hey girl, here's your color match. Here's all your colors. And then you can text me and be like, okay, I have questions about this or whatever. Hey, my friend, I'm great. How are you? I hope you're doing well. How's your mom and them? How's your mom and them? Okay. See how I just used my brush to just press everything right into the skin? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Nothing cakey, nothing weird. I'm bright right here. This is our target. Like if you go shopping at Target, this is our target circle right here in the middle. We want to look alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. We want to look less dead. Thank you. I love hanging out with you guys. Inside your scuba goggles, we want it to be bright. Okay, this is where the brightness goes. The darkness goes outside the scuba goggles. So we want to frame our face with that really pretty contour, which, believe it or not, the contour shade is like, it's made of blues and greens, and it creates this really like ashy, cool kind of color to give you the look of a shadow, right? So that's the whole idea behind contour. So see how I can kind of enhance the contour a little bit too? You can do a super heavy contour, super light, whatever. If you're not using contour, I would like to recommend trying it and seeing what you think, because I guarantee you'll be like, oh, I do have cheekbones hidden in there. The Lord, he forgot my cheekbones. He probably forgot yours too, but it's okay. It's fine, Lord. I forgive you, Lord. We love you, Jesus. I love the scuba. I'm telling you, Scuba Steve. So if you're new here, we call this guy Scuba Steve. Brightness inside, contour outside. Okay, so now that's my 3D foundation. My contour, I did the darkest color, lightest color, contour, brightening highlight, and then I did my main shade everywhere else, right? So this is my one layer of foundation, but I already have dimension, so I don't need contour, whatever, highlight, whatever. Now, another way to get dimension, so you have dimension with the bright versus the dark. Now we're going to do cool versus warm. So cool contour is creating shadows, right? Now I want to add warmth to create dimension off of that. So anything that's like opposite is going to give you more dimension. So cool contour, warm bronzer. So this is going to have less blues and greens and more oranges and reds. And that's going to set the warmth apart from the cool. So think the high point of your forehead and the high point of your cheekbone. So that's going to be the difference between the cool and the warm. So this is bronzer. Her name is Bella. And when you apply your bronzer, it's almost like a kiss from the sun, right? And if you're going back to Scuba Steve, that's where the goggles actually sit on your face. Contour goes outside the goggles, brighten goes inside the goggles, and then the bronzer is where it sits on your face. And for this, to blend my contour, I like to use either the 3D brush or the blush and bronzer brush because they're just the perfect density. And this is the cream bronzer. She looks really dark. But as you press it into your skin, you see it gets much more sheer and just melts in really pretty. And versus that cool contour, it gives you a really beautiful, warm finish. And it's really, really nice. See how you just add more warmth? It's really pretty. And it's not super crazy like you think it would be. You can wear less bronzer or more bronzer, whatever you want, but definitely I highly recommend using the bronzer. I just think it adds a really beautiful warmth to any makeup look. Even if you skip the contour and just want to do bronzer, like we call that bronzing. Very rarely will you see a shadow that's warm, right? Like shadows are cool, but it's also, I'm not your mama, do what you want. If it looks good, then it looks good. You can't, like, it is what it is, you know what I mean? So I kind of come over my nose and just kind of like that. So you just kind of tap that in and see how it creates the warmth versus the cool. And this brush, this big fluffy brush, if you have a smaller face, use this one, like the shape brush. But if you just take the tips of your bristles and just kind of dust it all over, it gives a really, really, really beautiful, like, I don't know, like a more sheer finish kind of. It's so pretty. So I'm a bronzer girl. I like a lot of bronzer, but you can see that it's actually not that crazy. And then, now remember I said you can do one layer of makeup. I like to do my one layer of foundation with my foundation, concealer, contour in one layer. All the colors go where they go. I put bronzer on top of that. So now we're layering. But the reason you can layer with this makeup without it being cakey is because they're all the same ingredients, number one. So they kind of melt together instead of stacking on top. And you don't have to use very much because it's very, very pigmented. So you use very little and it's really light. Blush. This is Nude. She's one of my favorites. I go on the backs of the cheekbones and kind of give like a lift with my blush. And Nude is just so pretty. She works on like pretty much everyone. Sometimes she's a little too cool for some people, but it's really pretty. And then the same brush that I used to blend my bronzer, look, just tap it in. See how it gives that hue, that little pretty pigment of like that really feminine touch of pink, but you still have the warmth from the bronzer. And I just kind of give a little flush to the forehead. See what I mean? And you can add whatever color you want. And then again, this blush and bronzer brush is my favorite to kind of pull it all together. It's really nice. And see how it's not cakey? And you can still see my skin. It's not a mask. Like it's not the satin finish from Lowe's and then you just like, it dries and it's weird. Girl, when I tell you, I totally agree because your skin does something different every day. And sometimes I'm like, I'm having a really bad skin day. I get it. I know that feeling. Okay, illuminators are just different hues of shimmer, and that kind of goes right where the light catches. Like, remember I was saying the light source is in front of you, and whenever the benefit of the light source isn't in front of you, you want your makeup to do what the light source would typically do. So that's what I'm doing with my illuminators, just putting it like on the tops of the cheekbones. That's not illuminator, neither is that. And I'm gonna put a little bit down the middle of my nose. And this just all kind of melts into your skin really, really pretty. Carrying extra weight in their face in terms of apply contour. Yeah, actually, that's a good question. So when you contour your face, right? The idea is to, number one, break up the color, and number two, create shape. So someone who has a long, slender face, right? They're not going to want to do their contour up and down because it's just going to create more slenderizing. They're going to want to do it across. So for me, for instance, my cheeks were a lot fuller, but they're still kind of full. And I like to come at an angle. So what it does is it kind of creates like this lift. And if you want your cheekbones lifted, you just kind of come up a little bit, kind of like a J here, like a check, like the Nike check. But if you come down a little bit, it'll kind of create that like kind of skeletal look and give you a little bit less fullness there. Under the jawline, if you do this, if you do this and take your contour under, like right here, you can kind of make that look more like a shadow and make it the less pasty white it is, the less it's going to stand out. And so that's how you can kind of do your jawline. But one thing also is if you take your contour in front of your ear and just kind of lightly come down under where the jaw should be, not on the jawline. I mean, unless you have a large jaw and you want to make it smaller. But just kind of create that jawline with your shadow. See? It kind of, see how it kind of looks like that shadow there? And that's just kind of enhancing that shadow. So in front of the ear, very lightly, and then you just kind of tap it in. And then the more contour you put on this little area here, it'll just help to kind of make it look so that that cool tone will make it look like a shadow instead of just like, you know, like a wide jaw or whatever. I love this makeup so much. It's so freaking pretty. Okay, so there's that illuminator. And then the setting oh, let me do my lips. This is, by the way, if you're new here, don't be afraid of these colors, you guys. They're so pretty. This is Royal. She's really dark. I mean, you can't, if you try it both ways, because depending on where your natural cheekbone is, so everyone has cheekbone, well, most people have cheekbones, right? And then you can just find them and create, but you can also create your own. So what you want to do is, instead of create the fullness, create a lift. So whenever you do it diagonal, the eye goes up like that. And so when you have it up high, then it kind of creates a, like, when you follow that line, it creates that, you know, that when you draw a skeleton and it has that right there, that's what we want to kind of create. So try it up like that. If you do it horizontal, it has, sometimes if your face is shorter, it has a tendency to cut it in half even more and make it look even shorter. So try to do it diagonal and see what you think. And I recommend probably the top of your ears down to like the corner of your eye. That means drink your water. Hey girl, I have to pee so bad. I've been saying that for like the last hour. Okay. So, and then the last thing, oh, by the way, this is Royal, this color Royal. They look really dark. They're not dark, I promise. And then Sunshine State, which you can tell is like one of my favorites. See that shimmer she had? If you had not tried this combo, you have to. Yes. Excuse me. Lord, jeez, I choked on my spit. Amy, I like Hopelessly Devoted. I think people underestimate her. I think you're right. It's a sleeper shade. Yeah, and don't be afraid to like text me. You guys, you have my number. If you bought makeup from me, if you've gotten color match, or even if you don't, my number's right here. Just text me and be like, hey, Mackenzie, I need your help. I was on your Instagram live and I have this question or whatever. Or just like, hey girl, like, how's your mom and them? Like, please don't be afraid to text me. That's my favorite part. It's like, I've never had like a group of girlfriends. Like, you guys are my cool girlfriends. And I love connecting with you, especially over like beauty things and, you know, anything I can do to help someone like feel more confident. I know what it's like to not feel confident. So if I can do that for someone, please count on me to do that, because I will. Okay, last thing, setting powder. I'm going to use the same brush that I applied my makeup with. Foundation, concealer, contour, all the things. I'm going to use this small end and just dust it into my setting powder. And I'm going to dust it right here. Just like kind of tap it in these corners where I put my brightening highlight. I like how the setting powder kind of, it controls the oil, sets your makeup, first of all, but it also kind of gives you like a matte finish where everything else is like really pretty and glowy from your makeup. The matte finish is like, just adds a little bit more dimension, adds more brightness. And so it just creates more interest to the face, right? So you see how it's just like really mattified right there and everything else is really glowy. And I just love how everything kind of comes together really pretty, and you have dimension. The sun shines right on me. So you have dimension, you have like the light versus the dark, you have the cool versus the warm, you have a really pretty blush, you have a really pretty lip and cheek color, eyeshadows. So whenever you comment the word match or whatever, you can do it on any post, or you can just text me. And you do the color match. When you do the color match form, you just upload a selfie and then it comes to me and it says, hey, so-and-so sent you a color match. And then I look at your picture and I send you over the matches or whatever. Or if you just text me a selfie, we can do it that way too. It's not super formal over here. You don't even have to wear shoes. Just send a picture. It's fine. And then we can have a legit conversation about it. So if you have my number and you've been afraid to text me because you think it's a robot, I swear it's not. And if you've ever gotten a text from me that says, please reply stop. If you don't, they make me do that. I have to put that, like by law, I have to do that if you're like sending a mass text or whatever. And I use a texting service. So they're like, well, you have to put this at the end of your text. So if you ever get a message that says, hey girl, the sale, like there's a sale and you know, reply stop, don't reply stop, because everybody replies stop. And then they message me on like Facebook and they're like, oh, I tried to text you, you don't answer. And I go in and I say, because you replied stop. And then by law, I'm not allowed to text you anymore. And then they have to reply start. And it's a whole big thing. That's how it works. It's crazy, right? Yeah. That's the FTC, World, the WWE, I don't know, whatever. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you find it like helpful, because I never had, like, I've been doing surveillance for a lot of years. And one thing I did was I watched YouTube videos. It really, Amy said it is her. It really is me. I watched YouTube videos on how to like do makeup and stuff, right? Which is how I became a makeup artist and just like self-taught, right? And there's a lot of times when like you're watching some of these and you're like, wait, what? I don't get it. And there was never a woman who, number one, looked like me. I was 300 pounds. There was never a woman who said, hey, you know, you don't like, beauty is whatever you make it. Like beauty isn't what I say it is. They were all just telling you have to do this or it's not pretty. And I wanted to be someone that people could look at and know, like, they're like, Mackenzie's going to know, like, if Mackenzie's not going to tell me like, you have to do this. Like she's going to recommend stuff and that's it. Like there's never going to be like a, you know, expectation that you have to do this or it's not pretty. And that's kind of what I believe in. So if you need help with your makeup, I'm your girl. I'm here for it. I'm going to do an eyeshadow. I know a lot of y'all like it when I do the eyeshadow. So let's see if we could do a pretty eyeshadow. What am I wearing? You like my shirt? It says Delulu. So funny. Don't ask me where I got it because I don't remember. Okay, so I want to use obviously something pink, but it doesn't have to be like literal. So let's use Cafe. Putting together eyeshadow colors. You're in Norway? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Hello in Norway. I can't believe that I get to talk to people like worldwide, like literally all over the world. It is just, that is the neatest thing ever. Let's do that, and Tawanda. No, we'll do Soulmate. And Drift, because of course. Stand by. I've said, what's your suggestion for eyeshadows? Maybe I'll do a look. Where's my, hold on. Something is missing. Your birthday's on Christmas? Shut up. That's so cool. Tawanda, Peppermint, Sugared, and Flurry. Oh, hold on. We can do that. If you have the advent calendar, y'all get the advent calendar. If you don't have the advent calendar, you need it. These colors, they look ugly as hell, but when you put them on, they're so pretty. Robin, that is so cool that your birthday's on Christmas. Or does it suck because they're like, this is a present, but it's for both? I got lucky because my birthday is July 4th, the middle of the year, and then I get presents at the end of the year. And gifting is my love language. So if y'all want to send me presents. Okay, Tawanda, Peppermint. Which one is Peppermint? This one. Sugared is this one. And Flurry is this one. And then Tawanda. Tawanda's the color that I told everybody to get. But your birthday's today! Happy birthday! Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I love that. Happy birthday to you, my friend. Okay. Let's do... Okay, so let's do these... stand by. I want to get a palette so I can put these together and kind of show you them together. Okay, so Tawanda. Let's see, Peppermint. Tawanda. These look the same, but they're really not. It sucks. I feel like you should get double the presents, but then everybody's like, well, I can't give you double because then everybody wants double presents. That's stupid. Your parents really planned that incorrectly. That's they're wrong for that, but it's fine. Sorry. Okay. So let's put these together. Okay, so this is from the Advent calendar. From the Advent calendar, Peppermint, Sugared, and this is Tawanda, the one I tell everybody to get, but nobody believes me, and then Flurry from the Advent Calendar. So 3 of these are from the Advent Calendar. If you did not get the Advent Calendar, you have to get the Advent Calendar. It's really pretty stuff. I'm going to use, with the shimmers, I'm going to use the smudge brush. I don't want to use a fluffy brush. It sucks. It sucks big donkey balls. I don't like using a fluffy brush with shimmers because then the shimmers like goes everywhere because you got to press it in, right? So let's start with, first of all, let's swatch these. This is Peppermint. So that's really pretty. Tawanda is this one. So, but Tawanda is, she don't show up. I'll have to show you like on, but that's Peppermint. She's more rosy and she's a little bit more like corally and bright. And then this is Sugared. Sugared looks like gold brassy, but she not. Look. She's like a, like almost like a lavender kind of like iridescent.
Very pigmented.
Yeah, they're really pigmented. And this is Flurry. So we're going to use these together. So let's go with the pink. This is a Winterberry. Oh yeah, Winterberry is really pretty too. I like Winterberry. Which one was Winterberry the... That's this one, but she's kind of the same, but we can, this is the Winterberry. Yeah. See, she's another pink. The colors look really stupid in the pans and everybody's like, well, I won't wear those. And then they get them and they're like, holy shit, you were right. Like, I'm glad I got these. Okay. So Sugared is the one that has like that lavendery kind of iridescent shimmer, but let's start with Peppermint. So this one is Peppermint, this pink color. So this is how I'm going to do it. I don't know how you do it, but I'll show you how I do it. I must have all the wrapping paper, Christmas, birthday, and Hanukkah, because, you know, my son saw the word Hanukkah. We were at Home Goods, and he saw Hanukkah, and he said Hakuna Matata, and I'm like, nope, that's not what that is. It was funny. Okay, so this is Peppermint from the Advent Calendar, and let's press her all over the lid. I'm just going really lightly, and I'm starting under the crease, right? I like the shimmer to be under the crease because... anything over the crease and anything shimmer will kind of like come forward and it's very intense. So I start under the crease and as the pigment comes off my brush and there's just like residue left, I kind of work up a little bit. Okay, so that's Peppermint. This one. Okay, so Peppermint. Yeah, Joy, I really like the smudge brush. I feel like the density of it is really nice. So the brushes make a difference. So think of, first of all, whenever a lot of people say, how do I know what brush to use? Think of the size of the area. So if it's really, really small, like the inner corner, small smudge, small, this is the small side of the eyeshadow brush. Excuse me, Robin, I know. Everybody's like, I wish I lived close. I'm like, everybody moved to Tampa and we can be like BFFs. Okay, this area is a little bit bigger, so I can use the smudge brush. So see the difference? Small versus large, but they're both dense. Neither of them are fluffy. And so I'm just pressing that peppermint color in. And I always like to match my eyeshadow to my outfit because I'm just like, oh, it's fine. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so that's Peppermint all over. Now I want to add, let's do Sugared. So Sugared is this color that looks brassy and ugly, but she is actually this like iridescent, like iridescent violet color. Same brush. I'm just going to go into Sugared and we're going to put her out here. Oh yeah, that's going to be really pretty. See how she has a different kind of shimmer and it's still like popping off the pink. Like it's not super crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, that's really nice. So I'm keeping that on the outer corner and I'm letting the peppermint do her thing, but I'm still adding that Sugared on the outer corner. And this would be really pretty too if you had like a matte color like cocoa or something like that on the outer corner, like a really pretty chocolate. That's going to be gorgeous too to kind of create a little bit more. I might put that on the end. We'll have to see how this looks. I like a little bit more drama, so we'll see. Okay, so Sugared is on the outer corner. So see how it goes from that like iridescent to like the pink. Oh, that catches the light really, really pretty. Okay, I want to add a little bit more here. I have AC/DC, so they have to match. Yeah, I like how I call my ADHD AC/DC. I make fun of it. Okay, so now Tawanda, it looks pink like the peppermint, but it has a different kind of pink. So I'm going to show you. So the Tawanda is like that one. Wait, that is the right. This one's, yeah, I did it right. I was like, oh, they look alike. Yeah, home is really pretty too. I like the way you said that, Amy. The colors in the advent calendar look weird, but they're really pretty. This is Tawanda, and I tell everybody to get Tawanda, but don't nobody listen to me ever. She looks kind of like a little bit of a, and also if you put her over like browns, she looks even more rose gold. But see the peppermint underneath, and then you have the Tawanda on top, so you have that rose gold versus that really pretty pink. That's nice. I think I do want to add like a bit of drama. That's Tawanda. Oh, yeah. And did you know the Saint eyeshadows are all named after pop culture? Like movies, books, TV shows, things like that, songs, music. It's pretty neat. Okay, so this is where I'm moving to the smaller dense brush for this flurry color to go in the smaller area. So right here with the eye boogers, up onto the lid. And I like that pop on the inner corner. See how bright it makes it? It's really nice. Chai and Lullaby. Use Chai on the base. Use Lullaby in the outer corner, kind of like I did this sugared color. And then do the Tawanda, like right where I did. Kind of inner half of the lid under the crease. That'll look really pretty. But Chai is a base, and then the Lullaby over it just kind of gives it a little bit more neutral and less purple. So do it however you want. But Tawanda will look good with both of them. If you just do Chai and then do Tawanda, it'll look good. And then Lullaby with Lullaby with Tawanda also. It's just a matter of what you pair it with. So if you pair Tawanda with like a brown, it's going to look more rose gold. If you pair it with like a pink or purple, it's going to look more pink or purple. That's the timer to drink your water, y'all. Or if you're like me, spill it everywhere. Yeah, I want to add a drama color to this, like a matte drama color. So I'm going to add, can I just do this? I'm going to add Cafe. Robin, so the advent calendar is limited edition. If you want the advent calendar, freaking get it. Like, because it's $125. It's all 12 shades, and it's like the artist discount if you were to buy them each individually. I think they're not selling them individually right now, just the whole advent calendar, but freaking just get it. The eyeshadow will last you forever. It's so worth it. How well does the eyeshadow last? As if you're super oily in the eyelids, I recommend using like an eyeshadow primer, and then, once you do your setting spray or whatever. But they should last you all day. It shouldn't be a problem. The Saint eyeshadows are really good, and there's not a lot of fallout either. Like they're really tightly pressed. Like what do you call it? They're densely pressed or whatever. Anyways, they don't have a lot of fallout, so they should last you a good long time. And I would just recommend, a lot of the times it's prep and then do the setting. Yay, Kaylee, you have to let me know how you like it. Faith, I'm going to screenshot this. I'll tag you in some of the advent calendar videos that I did so you can see. I've done a couple different looks with the advent calendar shades. They're really pretty. They look really stupid in the pan, but I'm telling you, they're really gorgeous. Okay, so I'm adding Cafe, which is just a nice light brown. I'm going to use my same eyeshadow brush right here, and I'm just going to pop this on the outer corner. This is just going to add just a little bit of drama, like just a little bit of depth and darkness there. And I just think it's, yeah. Oh yeah. I like how that pops. I'm gonna use my fluffy end and just kind of, oh, that's really pretty. Oh, yeah. Cafe goes really well with that. I like that a lot. Cafe's are really pretty neutral too. Like she's one that I recommend everybody having in their palette because she's good with pretty much every eye color. And then I'm going to take this same Cafe color under here and then you know what? I used to wear eyeliner every day, and if I wasn't wearing eyeliner, I hated how I looked. But ever since I started wearing lashes, I feel like it's dark enough. But if you want me to do an eyeliner, I can. I'll show you how I do eyeliner and make it like pop even more. And it's really easy. A lot of people are scared of eyeliner, but I can show you how I do mine if you want. I feel like I found the holy grail for applying eyeliner. But I do use, by the way, I'm using pink And Benefit sent me, I know I don't reach for colored mascaras, but Benefit sent me a PR package and this was in it. I was like, that's stupid. And then I tried it and I was like, okay, maybe it's not stupid. It's fine. But this is red and she's really, really pretty. I haven't seen anybody with brown eyes use this, and I'm really terrified of brown eyed girls wearing like a reddish mascara just because I feel like might make them look like, it might make it look too pink and then you look like you're sick. But if you have brown eyes and you try the red, let me know. I want to see like what you think of it. But I love the red mascara, and I thought it would look crazy, but it really doesn't. It's really pretty. So try to explore with the colors. Okay. And then I have, so Makeup a Murder is a brand of makeup that this girl named Teresa, she's like 26, like she's really, really like young, and she started this makeup line called Makeup a Murder, and it's very like crime scene based, like she's a true crime girl like me. And so she had come up with like all these loose pigments and like, you know, neons and all of this cool, see how it like, this is her, she has like all these different eyeshadows and eyeshadow palettes and liquids that are like, they're little like butcher knives. Anyway, so she has this really cool line of makeup, and she also has an eyeliner. So her line is basically like, if you're wanting to do something like crazy looks or whatever, I don't know how to draw like stars on my eyelids or whatever, but I love the makeup. Anyways, she has this liquid eyeliner, and it has the best tip. Better Than Sex has one, which is really good. This one is Makeup a Murder. You can try any of them. I like this tip for liquid liner. You can use Black Friday. Saint has the Black Friday eyeliner, which you can use too. But I like the liquid liner because I like the solid line that it gives. I should probably use a mirror so I'm not trying to use my phone. But anyways, take your liquid line and this brush, and I recommend setting it on your lashes and pushing it up against the skin. I guess I can use the phone. And it just is a great way to create an eyeliner without like dragging it across your skin and creating like, number one, uneven lines from a shaky hand. Or if you're like me and you're 40 and you have like looser eyelid skin, and then you pull the eyeliner and it goes across the skin, and it's like the cart at Walmart that has the wonky wheel and it goes and it's wild. This is just a really easy way to get a perfect line. See how I'm just like sliding it up the lashes and against the skin? And that's with the eyeliner. So really smart, right? So using the side, and then you're not trying to like do your eyeliner like a toddler did it, and then it looks like they drew on you with a crayon, and then it's wild. And then you can do it thicker, and you would just go like thicker and thicker. I used Royal on my lips with Royal with Sunshine State on top. So I used these shades, this dark color, and then I put Sunshine State on top. Aren't they really pretty? It's a nice combo. Like, it's my favorite one right now. And I'm like, I didn't try that dark color. I was like, that's too dark. And then I put it on and I'm like, I'm stupid. Because I'm always telling my customers, like, try a shade that scares you. And then here I am not. And then I did, and I was like, okay, I'm stupid. It's fine. Okay, same thing over here. So just slide it up the lashes like that. That's how I do my liner. And then, like I said, you can make it thicker or whatever and just like build it. It's a really easy way to get a perfectly straight line. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. See what I mean? No, I haven't done Love Spell. Robin, I'm telling you, it's like whenever you do the eyeshadow and you don't use like a setting powder first, sometimes if you drag the eyeshadow across your skin and it goes because it catches and then it leaves the lines and you're like, what the hell? It's really frustrating. That's how I do my eyeliner. That's really pretty. I really, really like using eyeliner. I haven't used it, like I used to use it as a security blanket. So everything that I used to use as a security blanket, I try to not use. And like, not that I try not to, I try not to allow myself to like, you know, obsess over it. But I do like liquid liner. I think it's really pretty. I like cream liners too. Like I like Saints Black Friday. I guess I should show how to use that sometime because a lot of people ask me and I never really use it, but it's really easy to use too, especially when you have the etch brush because it has the flat edges on it. So that's a really easy way to get a nice eyeliner. And you can do the stamping thing with the flat angle brush, the line brush. And then I feel like filling in my eyebrows just kind of frames the face. The Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil this is my favorite eyebrow pencil of all time. It's just not super gooey. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just enough without being gooey and wet and weird. I like the formula of this. I tried, the next best one that I found was the Kosas brand, but it was still even a little too wet and I went back to this one. So I do like the Kosas, but I like this one better. And this is shade 2.5 that I'm using. And you can get these at Ulta. Like I really like this one a lot. And all of the Benefit brow line is the best. Even better than like Anastasia and all of that. Yeah, well, I did get my eyebrows microbladed, but I don't, it's not great because I still want to fill them in. So like it wasn't super amazing. But I did get them microbladed. So they are filled in a little bit, but it's still like super uneven. So whatever, it's fine. I guess I had good brows before. I like them a little fuller, like not bigger, just like if you just fill in like the sparse areas, you'll notice there's a big difference. And when I color match you to your makeup, so like by the way, if you want to get color match, just comment the word match or whatever. And you can do my color match form. But when I color match you to makeup, the contour shade is usually going to complement your eyebrow shade. So if you want to use your cream contour in your eyebrows, you usually can. And that's really cool too. I don't get them tinted. I think I have gotten them tinted, but if you've never been to the Ulta Brow Bar, do the Ulta Brow Bar. I really like it a lot. And they really know what they're doing. They're pretty knowledgeable. The Benefit Brow Bar inside Ulta. Not all of the Ultas have them, but I've gone there several times, which as a matter of fact, will you remind me to make an appointment for the Ulta Brow Bar? I want to go there again because I really do like how they do the brows. And then this is the 24-hour brow setter, which I think I'm out of. I think I'm almost out of this. This is the Benefit 24-hour brow setter, and it's kind of like a hairspray for your brows or whatever. Saint has a brow wax too that you can pop into your palette. So it's just preference. It's preference which one you use, and if you're a brow girl, then give that one a try. See what you think. Did you pee yet? No, I've not peed, Faith, but I love you for paying attention because every time I drink my water and then, I forgot to set the timer again. But anyways, beep, 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 beep. Yeah, with the lip liner brush. So there's a couple different small brushes. There's this one, which is the multitasker brush. This is where you can like take those rich reds. This is a great way to apply those, but it has a small end for like lip liner or even with your eyebrows. Or use the line brush. The line brush is really nice because it has the spoolie and then you can fill in there. You can also use this for your eyeliner if you use the Black Friday cream eyeliner. And then the etch brush is going to be good you can use it for brows, but I would recommend using this for the eyeliner. I like that. So there's a couple different options for that. So don't be afraid to check out the brushes. And if you're like, hey, which brush should I get for this? This is what I want to achieve. Just text me. That's the stuff that I love to help with. Like this is my jam. Like I've been doing this 3 years and I've never been happier in my life. Mainly because I met some cool friends. Like you guys are really cool. So I love hanging out with you. But besides that, I really enjoy doing makeup stuff. Like you gotta remember, I did makeup stuff in my car by myself for years and like hours and hours and hours a day just doing makeup stuff. Film what they do. Yeah, Robin, I did a video on it before, but I'll take you with me sometime. Yeah, go to do the penciling or if you want to do microblading, like you can do, I recommend it. Like they do like brow like strokes or whatever. But if you have brows that are just light, try Ulta and see what you think. But I'd love to see what your experience is. Like if you try it, let me know what works best for you. And if you guys are trying something that's like beauty related that really works for you that you think would benefit other women or whatever, go in my beauty group on Facebook. It's Freedom in Beauty VIP. And they're like, everybody there is always looking for, different ways to kind of enhance their look, or they're always looking for different primers or setting sprays or whatever. I'm just going to fix my lash real quick. Yeah, when I do my brow appointment, I'll do a video so I can kind of show you. But they do different things. So they'll do like a tint, or they'll do like a lamination or whatever, which I don't know how to describe that, but they do your brows and they always do such a great job. Benefit is great. When your eyebrows, if you have no brows and you're trying to recreate them, that can be a pain in the butt. So definitely do the microblading. It doesn't hurt that bad, like a little bit, but it's not super crazy. Halo Grave. Oh, I want to try it. Thank you. I'm gonna look into that because I love checking out new makeups. Yeah. When I go, I'll definitely film it. Everything is content. Anyway, so if you want if you want a discount link for my lashes, just comment lashes. If you want a color match to this makeup, this tutorial was really, really long, so hopefully it's detailed enough. But just comment match, and I will help you get the shades that you need. Or holograve. Okay, I'm gonna look at them. Thank you, Amy. That's so sweet. Yeah, and join my beauty group in case you want to be surrounded by some really amazing women. And Amanda, thank you so much. I love you guys. So thank you for hanging out with me. I love you. Don't forget to drink your water because I know y'all ain't. Don't. Everybody's like, why do you have so many Stanleys? And I'm like, why do you mind so much business? It's not yours. Because I drink water all the time. That's what I do. So anyways, I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. Bye.